Hello, my dear viewer and my dear listener. My name is Julius Meme. My artistic name is Emily Swap, and I run a channel, a YouTube channel, by the name Emily Swap Enterprises. Today, I want to bring to you a title by the name, Who am I? This is a very important question that each of you require to ask, so that he or she, or so that you can be able to know who you are. My dear friend, I want to inform you this time that it is important for you to recognize the difference between you and the rest of the animals, and the rest of the living beings, the rest of the living beings, and even the rest of the non-living beings. You are not an animal. You are not an insect. You are not a hen. You are not a chicken. You are not a bat. You are not a caterpillar. You are a human being, a super being, a human being, or a being that is close to God, that is close to the Creator, a being that is in charge and control of the entire world and all that is therein. It is very important for you to realize that you are not a cow, and therefore your behavior and your conduct is not like that of a cow. You are not a hen, you are not a chicken. You are a powerful being. And you have come from far, my dear friend. At times you might have looked at yourself and felt as if you are useless. You have looked at yourself and felt as if you cannot make it. You have looked at yourself and felt as if you are not worthy to be existing. You have looked at yourself and felt as if you are useless. But this time I want to inform you that you are a special being with a special purpose that you are supposed to accomplish while going through this life. I want you to note that you have come from far. By the virtue of you being alive at a time like this one, it's important for you to note that there are so many that passed on before you, that passed on days away, that passed on sometimes back, but you are still existing. It doesn't matter the kind of a situation that you are in. It doesn't matter what you are passing through. It doesn't matter what you have not been able to achieve. It doesn't matter what you have been able to achieve. But what matters is that you should realize and recognize that you are a unique person, a unique being with a unique purpose and a unique mission. You are not just passing across this life for the sake of passing through it. You are not passing in this universe just for the sake of passing through it. You are passing in this universe with a sole purpose that the Creator had for you. You might not have acknowledged and realized what your Creator had for you, but it's very important for you to note that if your Creator had no purpose for your existence, you could not be alive at a time like this one. It is not by choice nor by luck that you are alive today. It's not by choice nor by luck that you are what you are today. Everything that you have been passing through has a special purpose. And therefore you have a special purpose by the fact that you are alive today. And I want you to note that you have come from very far. I don't know why you are looking at the situation that is around you, and you are feeling as if you have come to the end of your life, and you are feeling as if you cannot make it in this journey. But I want to tell you that you have passed through very many circumstances. You have passed through very many situations, and you have been able to make it. Look at that child that you know. When a child is being born, that child does not know what he or she is passing through. At a certain time, you are just like a child that you have seen today, or that you see today, or that you have seen being held for the first time after being born. And you who is listening to me now, you who is looking at me now, and who is listening to me now, you passed through all those stages, and you passed through them successfully. At a certain time, two people came together. And these two people are the ones that you call your parents. You might not know them, or you may know them. But the truth of the matter is that at a certain time, a man or a masculine person met with a feminine person who is called your mom today. The masculine person or the male was the person who is your father, while the feminine person is the one who is your mom. You might not even know them, or you might be knowing them. But the fact of the matter is that when the two people came together, they met for a certain purpose. They might have planned for it, or they might not have planned for it. But the truth of the matter is that your Creator made the two come together. It doesn't matter how they came together. It doesn't matter whether they had agreed or not. It doesn't matter whether one was forced into the action or not. But the fact of the matter is that two people came together, and that led to fertilization of an ova and a sperm. And the two made or led to what is called fetus. And therefore, this seed, this fertilized egg, was implanted in somebody's uterus or the womb. And this person is none else but you. You are the one who was fertilized. And then you implanted in somebody's uterus. And this somebody is the one we call your mom. At that point, you are very minute, microscopic. You could not be visible, you could not be seen using naked eyes. And you were able to develop from that simple stage to being somebody who could be born. And therefore, you pass through several days and several months when you were implanted in somebody's uterus, which was a world of its own. You didn't know about what your mom was passing through. Your mom might have gotten sick many times, might have experienced many challenges, but your Creator still protected you while you were in that kind of a state when you could not even be able to know where you are. And therefore, your Creator made you to be able to grow from 1 day or 1 second to 1 day to 1 week to a month to several months until when the time came when you were delivered. You knew nothing at that point. You knew nothing. You could not even tell what was happening. And a time came when the Creator or your Creator found it worth for you to come out of that world of the womb and be born into this world. And that is the date you call your birthday. Whether you know it or not, a time came and you were able to overcome any obstacles that were standing on your way. And you were able to be born like a child. And though you are received by some people. You are received by your mom or by some other people. As a young kid, as a child who was 1 day old into this world. You moved from a second to several days to the years that you have today. All that time, when you were 1 second to several years, 1 year, you could not be able to tell where you were. You were in various kind of situations and scenarios, but you were not able to tell it yourself. There are some people who took care of you where you are. There are some people who covered you. There are some people who played certain roles to ensure that you reached at a point when you could be able to know what was happening. My dear viewer, my dear listener, I want to tell you that you are a special and a unique person. You are not an ordinary being. Don't take yourself as if you are an insect. Don't take yourself as if you are just an animal. You are a special being with a special purpose. And I want to tell you that if you are able to come through the entire journey, from the time when you are microscopic to the time when you reach a certain number of months, like 9 months, when you are in your mother's womb, and then you are born, and then you start counting days up to today, you are a special. That indicates that you are a victor. You are not just a mere being. You are a special being. During that time when you could not be able to understand who you are, during that time when you could not be able to know who you are, your Creator played roles to ensure that you are safe and secure. And you have been able to reach this far because people played certain roles, but under the delegation of your Creator. And for that reason, I want to inform you that you are not just a person. You are a person with a special purpose and with a special mission. And you have a mission that is different from any other person's mission. There is no human being that resembles any other human being. You are not the way you are today because somebody else is the way you are today. You are a person who is original, and you are not a duplicate, nor are you a copy. You are an original being. You are an original person. And even if it means that you are born together with somebody else, even if you are conceived together with another person as twins, you are still very different and very unique. It is therefore the high time that you recognize that you have a special purpose and you are very different from any other person. It doesn't matter how you look like, whether you are as black as a coal, or you walk slowly like a tortoise, or you cackle like a hen, or you walk leaping like a hyena. It doesn't matter. That is your identifier. That is what makes you to be unique. And for that reason, you should be very confident and comfortable with yourself. Don't ever imagine yourself resembling another person. You are a unique being with a unique purpose. And therefore, this uniqueness is also portrayed by the way you look. The way you are created. The way you look. Whether you are as black as a coal, or you are brown, or whichever color you have, it doesn't matter. But that is what makes you unique. That is your plate number. Every car, every automobile, every vehicle has a plate number. And your look is your plate number. Therefore, you need to be very comfortable and confident with your looks. I'm not saying that you should not try to make yourself look better than the way you are looking. But you cannot change yourself. Never think of changing yourself. And therefore, you should appreciate yourself. Success in life, victory in life, begins with self-acceptance. You need to accept yourself the way you are. You need to accept yourself based on the way you are. If you are slim, you are slender, you are huge, you are tall, it doesn't matter how you look like. You are tall or you are short, it doesn't matter. You should accept and appreciate yourself. What is it that is making you think that you are a lesser human being than the rest? Is it because of the way they look? Is it because of the way they walk? Is it because of what they have? Is it because of their status? I want to tell you that your looks and your status is your unique identifier. It is your unique identity, and you should be able to appreciate and acknowledge that, and ask yourself what you can be able to do to make your life better, but not by comparing yourself with anybody else. At times, we have lost our focus. You might have lost your focus because you are comparing yourself with somebody else. You cannot compare yourself with somebody else because you are all different. You cannot be me, nor can you be that other person. You are who you are because you have a special purpose and a special mission, and your abilities and the competencies and level of skills and talents and always are different. And therefore, you should acknowledge that you are a different and a unique being. You are not the same as your friend, you are not the same as your sister, you are not the same as your brother or like any other person. And for that reason, you must know that you are the way you are because there is something that you are supposed to achieve the way you are. You are going to achieve your mission and your goal based on the way you are. The level of competencies and the skills and knowledge and talents that you have, and the way you look and what you are passing through is what is going to make you be able to reach your destiny. And therefore, you should not look at the situation where you are in. You should not look at your surrounding and think that that is the end of you. That is not the end of you. Don't look at the problems and the challenges that you are passing through and then think that that is the end of you. No. The challenges that you are passing through are just stepping stones to your success. The challenges you are passing through are not meant to bring you down. They are meant to propel you to achieve that which you are supposed to achieve. And therefore, don't allow the circumstances you are passing through and the situation that you are passing through to bring you down or to pin you down. Look at the environment that you are in. Look at the situation which you are passing through and ask yourself, what is it that I can do to make myself a better person? In each and everything that you do, always do it with a positive mind. Always ask yourself, in whatever that I want to do, in whatever actions that I want to undertake, what value am I going to add to my life? What value am I going to add to my friends? What value am I going to add to the others? It doesn't matter your status. It doesn't matter your current situation. What matters is how you conceive what you are passing through and the situation that you are in. And therefore, be a person who always thinks positively. Be a person who always focuses ahead. You might have fallen, yes. You might have failed in something. But failing in something does not mean that you are a failure. It just means that you have learned a new way of not doing the same thing in the same way. You have been able to learn a new way of failing, and therefore it is your duty and responsibility to change that. If you did something in a certain way and you didn't achieve your goal, it is your high time to change and improve on what you have done so that you can be able to move to another level. Even if you try again and fail, that does not mean that you should stop. You should continue. What you only need is to seek for advice, to seek for assistance from those who have been successful. If you have been trying something and you have been failing, that does not mean that you are a failure. It just means that you need to learn how to do things in a better way or in a different way. And if you are not sure whether the way you want to do things is what is going to lead you to victory, seek for consultation, seek for advice from others, consult. But remember, don't consult from people who are distractors. Don't make consultation with the people who are discouragers. Always work with the people who are ready and able to encourage you. Work with the people who are ready to move ahead. Seek for advice and consult from people who have succeeded in what you want to succeed at. Don't consult from people who have already failed and they have decided they are not going to move ahead. Seek for advice. Consult from people who are able to add value to you. As you walk through this life, there are a number of people that you are supposed to avoid. One of the type of people you should avoid are people who discourage you, who always tell you that you cannot make it, that nobody in your family has made it. You cannot make it yourself because you don't have what it takes to make it, that you are useless. Avoid these kind of people who do not see any potential in you. The second kind of people that you need to part from are people who are always out there to tell you that this is not what you are supposed to pursue. Don't move with people who always tell you that the path you are pursuing is not the right path even before you have tried. They themselves have never tried it and they are telling you that it is impossible, that this is a wrong path. Avoid such kind of people. Avoid such kind of people. Work with the people who are ready to encourage you, who are ready to advise you, who are ready to empower you, who are ready to hold your hand to move ahead. My dear friend, my dear viewer and my dear listener, you are a unique being with a unique purpose. Move with that focus. Move on that direction that is going to make you be able to succeed. Don't allow distractors. Don't allow discouragers. But as you move on, don't just try something and think you have failed when you have not put enough effort. You need to put as much effort as you can in whatever that you want to do. Don't just try and then when you fail you say that this is not mine. This was not made for me. The question is, have you been able to do your level best? Have you been able to put in all the energies that are required? Have you been able to consult the best? Have you been able to do things the way they're supposed to be done? If you have failed to do something and you have not tried it, don't think that you are a failure. The only time you should be able to know that this is not what you are supposed to be doing is when you do all you can and you have failed, you try it again and you fail, you try to consult, you apply the knowledge or the advice you have been given and still you are not able to make it, you read all the best books that you can concerning what you want to do and you are not able to achieve it. That is the time when you should say, I think this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. But don't just try something And then you say, this is not mine. Success in life depends on the effort that you put. But this effort should be smart. And therefore, be a person who thinks positively always. Success in life begins with you, first of all, appreciating and acknowledging yourself the way you are. Appreciate yourself and acknowledge yourself. Then move a step ahead and do something. Always do something. You cannot say that I'm going to be a victor in a certain thing when you're doing nothing towards it. If you don't know where to start, seek for advice from somebody who can be able to tell you where to start. But as you seek for this advice, be able to separate and distinguish between that which can add value to you and that which cannot. In a nutshell, my dear friend, I want to tell you that you have a purpose in life, and at no time should you think of eliminating yourself. At no point should you think or should you treat yourself as a useless person. Whether you have something or not, whether you have what others have or not, it doesn't matter. What matters is always tell yourself that yes, I can make it. Yes, I can make it. Yes, I can succeed. Yes, I'm not a failure. And for sure you are not going to be a failure. What is only required is for you to always think positively about yourself and about what you want to do. And then do your level best. Try all ways and means. But as you try, don't do anything that is going to hurt or damage yourself or destroy your body. Don't do anything that is going to hurt or damage other people's lives. And don't do anything that is going to destroy and distract the environment where you are or the environment for others. Don't be a person who is out there to grab everything. Don't be a person who is out there to stand as an obstacle to the others. Otherwise, your Creator will not have brought you into this world if you are to be made to destroy other people's lives and destroy other people's environments. You are not here, or you are not alive today to become a stumbling block to others. You are alive today to be able to show others direction. Therefore, if you always listen to me, you are out there always to destroy and distract other people's lives. You are standing as stumbling blocks towards the victory of others. If you are holding a position and you are using that position to deter others from moving up, you are there to become a stumbling block towards other people's lives. I want to tell you that this is not the purpose as to why you are created. This is not the reason as why you are alive. You are alive so that you can be able to help others become better. And therefore, in each and everything that you do, always ensure that as you move ahead, as you succeed, you are also holding others' hands. You are also assisting others. You should not become a stumbling block. Don't become an hindrance towards others' lives. Assist others. If you are not talented, if you are not blessed, if you are not knowledgeable, if you are not victorious in something, don't become a stumbling block to those who are succeeding in that area. If you are holding a position or an office, and there is somebody who is below you or who is your junior, who seems to be better than you, don't become a person who intimidates that person and tries to pin that person down. The person or that subordinate staff or that junior is there to help you also be able to achieve your goals. Therefore, if somebody has a talent, try to assist this person. Try to give this person space. And as you give this person space, you are also going to be moving up with this person. Let us always learn to hold each other's hands. And therefore, you are a pillar. You are a cornerstone to assist others to succeed. As you work to succeed, also assist others to succeed. Thank you very much for listening to me. And thank you very much for taking your time to be able to understand or get some insights on this title on who I am. I hope you have known who you are. And therefore, move out there and apply what you have learned today. My dear friend, I want to wish you all the best in this life. Be the best you can. Be the best you can. And you can be the best you can. You only need to appreciate yourself. Acknowledge that you are unique. Acknowledge that you are different. and for sure you are going to make it in life. Thank you very much. Follow me in my channel, Emily Swap Enterprises, in YouTube, and you are going to get more. Thank you very much.